replay viewers. You can still tap to leave hearts for the first 24 hours and share it out. And if you do, thank you so much. And if you watch us on Catch, thanks for taking the time to come and find me. Hello! Sorry guys, I know I'm a little late. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? I'll flip you around in just seconds as I get myself settled. Hey, Janet. Hey, Sarah. How are you? You are catching me live. 8 o'clock on Wednesdays. Isn't that awesome? Hello, Becca. Hey, there's my hubby. That's fine. I'm going to try to keep it quick. I am back. Yay. Okay, I'm going to flip this around and try to get us settled. Hey, Jenny. Okay. Hi, guys. Sorry, I'm going to try to get us settled. We are doing better. I'm still not full energy, but I am trying. So it has been quite an interesting couple days. Hey, Natasha from Ontario, Canada. Awesome. I know, you guys, you know, I love the 80s. If I can start it off with the 80s, that's a good night for me. So I'm going to pull you guys up on my iPad so I can read you. She has, oh yeah, pink eye you said, right? Hello. Oh, thanks, Cynthia. I appreciate it. All right, tonight we're going to talk about common planning obstacles and how they kind of sneak in on us and how we can kind of maybe eliminate them. Not all the way, because we just can't all the way, but definitely how we can work on them. Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, and then now we're being hit with a snowstorm. So I'm so glad I went to the grocery store last week, and then all I had to get was a few essentials, and Jason took care of those earlier this week. So I think we're set. We have milk, and that's the only thing we have to. I do. I have a sweatshirt on. I'm totally bumming it. Got the whole ponytail going on. So yeah, I can talk about that. I actually learned about that from Stacy from Stacy Makes Sense, and it's so cool. Yeah, I know it's totally missing you guys because it's coming from the east, and like because of this huge storm in the ocean. So you're an Irish man. You're getting a dusting right now? Well, I like the snow. If it's going to be cold, there better be snow on the ground because for some reason, snow makes it better. I don't know why, but it just does. I don't want, no, actually, I'm not getting lake effect. It's actually from the ocean. Like even up north, they're not getting as much as we are, or even people further east. So you are. I was looking and I didn't see a lot. Yeah, see, like New Jersey is supposed to be getting a ton. He is. You're in Michigan? Oh, cool. He does. They do, he runs a plow crew during the wintertime because he does landscaping and design. And so, yeah, if it snows, he's gone. Like, gone. We're not talking about for a little bit. We're talking about for hours on end. So we could go 12, 14, 16, 24 hours and not see him. But I always pray and believe that he gets to come home and take a nap. Yeah, Kentucky's getting hit, so exactly. If it's cold, it better be snowing. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I did a scope on Saturday night, and we did, oh, you're fine. We did the easiest form of a fabric dory you could do, and I didn't really get to show the final, and I have been using it this week, and I am loving it. So we made this. If you guys didn't catch it, it is the replay is on Catch. Everything's on Catch, and you guys can check it out. And we just did mostly raw edges. I did show how you could seam it, but yeah, totally. And it was fun. I did this one with pockets, and somebody else showed me a picture of theirs, and they put 2 side pockets in, and I was so excited. I love seeing other people take something and just run with it on their own. So it was You are? You better show me. I want to see it. I do want to see it. It was so cool. So let's talk about planning obstacles because I want to cut us off at 9 o'clock because Mom Hop is tonight, and I want to, yay, really? Oh, remind me of your first name. I'm sorry. I'm sure you've told me, and I apologize. Just remind me. So we're going to talk about planning obstacles, and I have 5 that I came up with, and I'm sure there are more. Jenny. Okay, wonderful. Thanks, Jenny. I want to see it when you're done. So I came up with 5 that are probably all of us fit into at some point in time, if not multiple items on that list. I can't talk tonight. See what happens when you don't scope for a few days, you guys? You stumble on all your words. So one of the first things that happens is you're trying to be too strict to your schedule. And you're not allowing time for the things when things just go haywire and they mess up. And you're kind of a slave to that planner. And that's not what planning's designed for. Planning's designed to give you structure and guidelines. It's not to be a drill sergeant. And so sometimes when you're too strict, what happens is you don't get hardly anything done at all because you're so strict on yourself. You're like, okay, I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do this. And you just keep on doing it. And all these have-tos start becoming a burden to the point where they become I don't want tos. And so that is one of the number one planning obstacles is you're just too strict on yourself. Yeah, you know, it really is. Once you learn how your brain works, it's okay if you are a time blocking person that you say from 10 to 11, this is what I'm going to do. That's fine. But if you are so caught up in that time frame of 10 to 11 that you don't allow for anything else to happen at any point in time, you're too strict to your schedule. So say your child does get sick, and so then from 10 to 11, you're like, oh my gosh, but I need to be doing such and such from 10 to 11. And then you give yourself a guilt trip, and then you feel bad about it. And then it just starts piling on. And so then this huge weight gets on you, and you're just like, and you get down and depressed, and you've got to give yourself, and it's not even grace, you've got to give yourself that window of saying, it's okay if it doesn't happen right now. Did anybody die because you didn't get it done? Are they still alive? Are they still eating? You do need to leave some room for flexibility. You don't need to leave 5 hours of room for flexibility, but mentally, in your mind and in your heart, you need to know that this is just a plan and a guideline. That is not the controller of your life, okay? So don't let it be too strict. Okay, number 2 is you're crowding your day or over planning too much. And we are all guilty of this at some point in time. And that's why I really, really encourage people when they ask me questions, I say, okay, well, think about how much time does it take to do the items that you're telling yourself need to get done that day? And do you have enough time in your day to actually do that? If it takes you 3 hours to do laundry because which, hello, you guys, when you have stuff in the wash and in the dryer, you can be doing something else. So stop crowding that day so much. Thanks for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. Think about, okay, so the to-do list, and that's why on my little to-do list that I have, I actually say, I don't, but you know what? Maybe God worked this on my heart to say something to you. At the bottom of my little to-do list, it says, it's okay to move it to another day. And I need that reminder that it's okay if it needs to be moved down to another day. What takes priority in your days? The things that should take priority. Does it have a deadline? Like an actual deadline? Does it need to be submitted to somebody at a certain time or on a certain date? Does it have to be mailed by a certain day or a certain time? Those should hit your number 1, number 2, number 3 priorities. Those should be in that top. Well, I'll have to remember. Oh, I already sent you over. I could have sent you a couple. So those should be your top priority. Other than that, the rest of your day should be filled with the stuff that needs to get done or you want to get done, but it shouldn't be so overplanned that it's impossible to accomplish. Because what's going to happen? Nothing's going to get accomplished and you're going to feel bad about yourself. Do you see the cycle that we're creating here? Every one of these 5 things will create the same cycle. And then number 3, so this is going to kind of be the opposite. Throwing your entire plan in the trash. Not literally, but going, I'm just going to sit on the couch and rest all day. So what happens when we do that? Well, then we feel bad because we haven't got anything on our to-do list done at all. So then the next day we feel even more stressed to get more done. So then what do? We crowd that day. So we do number 2. Yeah, exactly. So, and this is one of the things that I encouraged a while back. We talked about this, building in time for rest in your schedule, actually putting time in there to say, this is my time. If it's during lunch or it's during nap time or it's, during the morning when the kids are playing all together, take that moment to sit down and relax. And then that is your rest time. Or fold a load of laundry and say, okay, after I'm done folding this load of laundry and I've put it away, I'm going to go watch a 30-minute show, or I'm going to go read, or I'm going to go browse social media. Like, give yourself that time, but don't throw your entire plan in the trash just because one thing doesn't go right. You can always pick up. I had a morning today. I still wasn't feeling good this morning. And I sat around and I relaxed with the baby, and we hung out, and thanks for inviting followers. And I did a few things on my phone that I could do for work on my phone, and then the rest of the morning we just kind of chilled. And so when I went to go pick up my preschooler, I came back and I said, okay, that's it. Enough is enough. I need to get up and I need to get some stuff done. I've had enough rest time. I don't feel 100%, but I don't feel like I did the past couple days, so let's get moving. And I gave myself physically and mentally, I gave myself a pep talk, and I said it out loud. I'm like, all right, that's enough is enough. Let's get moving. So don't just throw your entire day in the trash just because your morning went wrong or your evening goes wrong. Yeah, and it's not all or nothing. There's no such thing as all or nothing. And I don't really agree with that saying a lot, because people are like, oh, it's all or nothing. Well, no, it's not, because there's a lot of middle area in there, and there's a lot of success in that middle area. So let's find our balance in there. So, okay, number 4, trying to fit into a certain planner. So this is my thing. We talked about in Planning 101 and like night 1 and night 2, figuring out your type of planning, how your brain works, how you organize things, and then finding a planner that fits that for you. If it's just a list, if it's bullet journaling, if it's a traveler's notebook, if it's a 3-ring binder, if it is an actual planner that you've purchased. But stop trying to fit yourself into a certain planner because it's the in thing, or so-and-so has it, or it's so beautiful. Yay! Yay! I am so glad. That makes me happy. Thank you. So when we say make it work for you and make it your own, you need to do that with your planner too, and stop trying to fit into what everybody else is doing. And then we'll talk about that a little bit later when we talk. I have a couple more things I want to say on that, but stop trying to fit into a certain planner. Your planner needs to fit you, okay? And then number 5 is saying yes to way too much. And it's okay to say no. So that's another planning obstacle, is we say yes to too many things, and then when we go to try to find the time for it, we feel crunched and we feel like we can't give enough to other categories because we said yes to so much other things. So be selective of what you say yes to, even if it's your time. How many journaling challenges are you doing? How much, but it's not even saying no to people. How much are you saying no to yourself? How much do you say, okay, no, I can't fit one more thing into what I want to do? Prioritize and say, okay, if your Bible study is important and your scripture writing is important, okay, maybe this month a junk journal is not the best thing for you to start because you're busy already. You're already tackling a couple new things. So learn to say no to even yourself, not just other people. Okay, I can only read so many books at a time, or I can only do so many crafts at a time. I can only watch so many periscopes at a certain time. Well, I'm good. I'm glad. So just remember that. Remember what you're saying yes to, and then remember why. I think that is even more important. Why are you saying yes, you want to do that? Why are you telling that person yes? Why are you telling yourself yes? Is it beneficial? Is it going to make you feel like you're slammed busy when you don't need to feel that way? So we'll just go back over those 5 because I wanted tonight to be short and very concise on what we were talking about, because we've got so far into the planning series that I think we need to, you want to feel good. Okay, so, but do you feel good when you can't accomplish all that? Or the other things that you were supposed to do take the back seat? Like, that, to me, I don't feel good about that. And then I feel bad. And it just makes, I feel bad. I'm like, I shouldn't have said I could do that, because now, none of my bathrooms are clean, and now I'm going to feel stressed about it because I feel stressed when my house isn't cleaned, or, you know, so think about that. Think about how it affects you, because you are giving of your time and of your energy. And so if giving of your time and energy is draining you, what good are you to anybody else? Yeah, you overextend, your self-care suffers, sometimes your relationships suffer, time that you could have been spending with somebody else suffers. So you just kind of have to make a balance. I always ask myself a few things before I say yes to somebody or to something. I look at my schedule and I say, you know, do I have the time? Like, is anything already scheduled then? Is it something that I want to do and I believe in? Is it going to be beneficial to the person? Or, I know we are going to sell these again. They will be going on sale. And so just start asking like yourself and write down what your questions are, how you want to evaluate. Everybody's questions are different on how they evaluate what's good for them and what's not. I missed somebody's comment up there. I'm sorry. So, all right. So 1 is being too strict on yourself and your plan and being a slave to your plan. 2 is crowding the day or over planning, putting too much into that schedule, because we all have the same amount of hours, you guys. You don't have 3 extra hours that I don't have. So we all have those same amount of hours. Throwing your entire, there you go. Those are great questions. See, and so to me, those are things that I would write down in my personal journal and say, when I want to decide on something, these are the questions that I want to ask myself before I say yes. Because there's no shame in saying, you know what, that's something I really like to do, but can I think about it for a little bit before I give you my answer? No, I did not. I'm reading, it hasn't come up on my iPad yet. No, but I didn't hear that. And for some reason, some comments are on my phone and some aren't showing up on my iPad. Periscope, come on, let's get with it. All right, so number 3 is throwing the entire day into the trash just because your one section of it went really bad. Number 4 is trying to fit yourself into a certain planner or into a certain type of planning when that's not really how you work or operate. And then 5 is saying yes to way too much. So those are the things I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. And then the last thing, this is kind of off subject, but still on the subject. Don't get trapped in the, I gotta have that too mode. Because we do that in planning and we see other people doing certain type of planning, or that they have all this stuff, or that they have this planner, or they're getting this much done in their day. And we're like, oh, I need to do that too. Oh, I need to have that too. Oh, I should be doing that too. Don't get trapped in that. The best of you, yes. But all the things or buy all the things. Yeah, we get trapped. We get trapped in that, oh, yeah, you know, in the glitz and glam of things, or it's a cool idea. And then, yeah, buy all the things. And then, yeah, and horoscopes are fun. I like watching them too, but it doesn't make me want to run out and go, I need to get all this stuff too. I look at it and go, oh, that's really cute. Oh, that's a cute idea. That's a cute idea. Maybe someday. And if it's something I really want, I put on my maybe someday list. And if I'm there at that store and they have it, wonderful. But I don't run to the store just because I was like, ooh, you know. Yeah, if it's something I need, or it's a good bargain and it's something that I've needed for a while, that's one thing. But you're fine. You're fine. But don't get caught up in the, right, yeah, you can appreciate the art of it and the creativity of it, but it doesn't mean that you have to jump on board and go, okay, well, I'm going to change everything I'm doing. I'm going to do this, especially when you've never tried it before. So just don't get trapped in that, I got to have that too. And not just physical things, like even the things that we're doing. I need to do this too. And oh, I want to do this too. Just because everybody else is doing, or you think everybody, it's that Pinterest trap that we tend to get into. And Pinterest has a lot of great ideas. I go and look at them. I'll be like, oh, I want to work on such and such. And I'll go, okay, well, let me go search for some ideas. So I look there, but I don't look there and go, oh, well, I need to do that. I need to do that. I need that. Because, come on, you guys, we just don't have the time to do that. You haven't, but, okay, so that means you're still trying. You got to figure out what works for you. If a spiral notebook works for you, use it. There's no shame in it at all. You're looking still? Good. Good. And so in that, we want to be reasonable with what we're doing. Right. Perfect everything in a Pinterest world. You do? Oh, that's sweet. That is really sweet. Yeah, I actually have an extra from that night, and I'm like, I need to do a giveaway sometime soon, because I'm not going to use it. It doesn't need to sit around my house. I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to give it away. So one of these days, you guys, we're having a giveaway. Well, if that works for you, then that works for you. So, and some of the things that I think through is, do I have a use for it, or is it just going to sit there? If it's just going to sit there and collect dust, then what's the purpose of, one, spending the time or energy or the money to acquire it, or to bring it into my home, or to try to get that project done, if it's really not going to benefit me and I'm not going to use it? Because one of the things that will happen is it'll create some more stress in your life, because you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to fill out that journal. Oh my gosh, I've got to do that project. I've got to clean, underneath the sink for the 15th time. I mean, it's just going to create that more stress. And then it's going to add to your those 5 things that we talked about that were planning obstacles. And we want to try to eliminate things that cause any of those obstacles. So, you're a reforming hoarder. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Yeah, with 4 kids, I've noticed that sometimes I look around and I'm going, God, we have a lot of stuff. But then when I start to go through it and I'm sorting through, I'm doing better, thank you. I start looking at it, I'm like, okay, well, that still has a purpose and a place, so I'm good. And then I look at something, okay, that has a place, but it has no purpose anymore. We don't need that. So those are the 2 things I ask myself. Does it have a purpose, and does it have a place? And if I can't say yes to both of those, then it's probably not something that we need to keep. So that's kind of the 2 things that I ask myself. And that's, so I wouldn't say that my house is completely decluttered, but it's not cluttered. There's areas, the playroom has a lot of stuff in it, but 4 kids play in there. So it's going to have a lot of stuff, and everything still has a purpose and a place. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight, was planning obstacles. So, oh, well, thanks for coming and still watching. We have talked some. I will go back over it. But somebody asked me about subscribe and save. So I can talk about that for real quick. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. And like I said, Stacy from Stacy Makes Sense actually taught me about it. And I was so excited to try it. And so Amazon has a program called Subscribe and Save, and you subscribe to certain items that are available in that program, and you set it up that you want to receive it monthly, bi-monthly, or monthly, every 2 months, every 3 months, and you can kind of tell it, and you can base it on price or what you need. So like this time, I really needed to stock up on toilet paper, paper towels, Kleenex, some vitamins, and one other thing. And so if you get it, if you put 5 things in your cart on Subscribe and Save, you save 15% off of all of those things. instead of just 5%. And so they do have a discounted price because they're on Subscribe and Save, but if you do 5 at a time, it's 15%. Right, 7 cents a diaper. You cannot beat that. And so it does take a little bit of time to figure out how much are you paying. Is it really a better price? How many rolls? And that's the one thing that she did teach me. It's like, look how many rolls of toilet paper you're getting, because they don't actually break it down per roll. They break down the price per package. So then once I did per roll, I was like, I'm paying less than 25 cents a roll. That's amazing. And then there's coupons sometimes, especially when you're new to it. Yes. And then Amazon Mom will do the 20% off diapers and wipes. So they have a lot of really great programs to use. And so this was my first time, and I was really excited about it. Excuse me. I think I have it set up for 3 months because it was a lot of, and I may change it. And you can always change it all the way up till the day before they're going to charge you and start shipping, which is nice, because if for some reason the price went up compared to the price when you put it into your cart, you can change it. And they are famous for doing that. And that's one of the other things she told me. So double check your prices. So I kept my emails to tell me what price I put it in my cart at. And then, so when they sent me the email saying it's getting ready to ship, this is the price, I can make sure it was still the good price. You have? That's awesome. Yeah, this was my first time and I loved it. I was like, I don't have to get a huge thing of toilet paper and paper towels at the store, which to me is a big deal because it takes up so much room in my cart. So then if I'm getting paper towels and toilet paper, I am destined to a 2-cart shopping trip. And a 2-cart shopping trip is not fun. It just isn't. So I always end up 2 carts when, I do a cart train when I'm leaving because it never fits in the way it did when they bag it up, the way you had it. So, yeah, there's a difference between Amazon Mom because it's only the mom stuff or the baby stuff. You just go onto Amazon. I think it's you have to be an Amazon Prime member, I think. Oh, I don't remember. I don't know. Look under your account. Okay, so you do have to be a Prime member, but then you look under your account and it'll say Subscribe and Save, and you just click on that. I do. It saved me a lot of time. It did. And so the next thing I will look at is Amazon Pantry for certain things that I just always need to stock my pantry with. Reusable. I use some, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough reusable bags for my entire, but I shop for 2 weeks at a time. And 2 weeks at a time for my family is a good amount of groceries. You can? Okay. See, so I wasn't sure. So I would suggest, 15% off. A lot of times you can't even get that amount in coupons when you clip coupons and go to Walmart or even BJ's. And then you're not driving and it ships for free. So that's a big savings because for me to go to BJ's, I have to drive 30 to 40 minutes just to get stuff. Yeah, I'm curious about it too because I have certain things in my pantry that always need to be stocked, and it would be really great if it just showed up at my door and I didn't have to include it into my grocery shopping trip. It would still be part of my grocery budget, but... Oh, you did? Nice. Nice. Oh, you're fine, Lauren. Okay, so that's Subscribe and Save. I'm still learning. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I am very excited about it because literally paper towels and toilet paper showed up at my door and it was amazing. Yeah, but see, not every Walmart is doing that yet. Our Walmart here, still not. It'll probably be one of the last because we're such a small town. Yeah, but you got to think that even if you can do it without being a Prime member, it's not that much of an investment because you didn't have to pay for your membership. But I've priced out even, so you should try it. You should try it and tell us how it goes. Because I heard that they did a pretty good job. The whole shopping your groceries on Walmart.com and they deliver it to you to your car. Which they need to do that in more places because that would save me a lot of time. Instead of 2-3 hours at the grocery store, I could just do it for an hour online. I miss Harris Teeter. Yeah, I bet. Aw, all right. Well, enjoy. Bye, Kelly. All right, so I wanted to end the evening by talking about what... Oh, they lose me. Heck, I just placed another Amazon order because some of the things I can't get around here. So I'm like, I get free shipping, so it's better than me driving 40 minutes to go figure it out. Harris Teeter's a good store. I remember them. We don't have them here. So, we've done a lot in Planning 101, and I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about what else could help you out. Where's your need at? I love Amazon. So I kind of wanted to talk about that as far as what everybody's needs were, how planning was going. Is there a section of planning that you still feel like you're not doing very well, that could maybe go a little bit better for you? Or I know one day we did a whole section on cleaning and how you can break your home down into sections and kind of make your own zone chart in a way. And the whole thing comes back to, it's fine if you look at everybody else's system, but it still has to be a system that works for you, and you can't adapt to somebody else's plan. So, and we've done meal planning, procrastinating. Procrastinating, that's a good topic. That is a good topic. Good, good. So those were categories that you obviously knew you wanted to work on. And doing those, you're finding that, hey, this is more peaceful in my home just because you're tackling those. That's awesome. That is awesome. I know with not feeling well, I had a meal plan, which I'm glad I did because Jason's really been helping out. And so he could just go, okay, well, what's on the menu? And he was able to make it. Cooking from scratch. Do you guys find that cooking from scratch, for some reason, it's just like you kind of look in the mirror and go, oh, I made this. Like, it's amazing. Meal planning can change your life. It can take so much stress off of you when you meal plan. And you don't even have to abide by it every single day. Clean schedule that works for you. Yeah, that is... How old are your kids, Brittany? Cool. Yeah, you know what's going in your bodies. Yeah, I want to do some freezer meals. I haven't done any in a while. As a matter of fact, I think we just finished our last one a month ago or so. 8 months and 3 years. Yeah, clean schedules are hard when they're that age. I find doing little things here and there to keep the house picked up will help you with that. And then that way you can your cleaning can be broken into sections. Take advantage of nap times. That's a good time to get some cleaning done. You're interested in freezer meals? Freezer meals are great. They definitely are a time saver, especially when you get into a crunch and you didn't do a meal plan, or you didn't get to the grocery store. You could be like, oh, but I have this meal already made in the freezer, and you can pop in the oven or in the crock pot. So those are great. We can definitely talk. There's a lot of resources out there about freezer meals. So we could talk about those one night. They are a lot of fun. They're fun to do together too. If you have a friend to do freezer meals together, they're a lot of fun to do together. And kind of do the prep. You take one like Sunday or Saturday afternoon and just prep a ton of meals. And crock pot meals. I've actually done where I've like crock pot it in a bag, and so it's frozen. All I have to do is literally take it and put it in the crock pot, and it's done. 6, 2, and 10. Yeah, you have great kids. Great age. Cooking is good, yeah. It's like you've forgotten how to meal plan. Right when you're like, oh, freezer crock pot, yeah. When you're like, have to think about what we're putting in our bodies, you go, why? I didn't think about this stuff before. Because we take shortcuts. And so when you do clean eating, you can't take as many shortcuts, and you got to really think about your produce and the meat that you're doing, and you have to put a little bit more time and effort into it, but the payoff is huge. You'll enjoy it. You'll feel better. You won't feel as sluggish and tired. That's one of the benefits I found of clean eating is we tried, okay, so I put this on Tried and True. We did MMA's sour cream pancakes off of Pioneer Woman. But you don't, okay, that's the thing. Okay, so you don't have to. A meal plan, see? Don't be strict with your meal plan. You're being too strict with it. It's just a guide. So, yeah, mine may say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if that day comes and it's just not working, at least I know I have all the ingredients in my home for these meals and I can switch it around. If, because actually we didn't have any of these on the same day that we were supposed to. We just had breakfast for dinner, and it is, what's today? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. So, and I had it scheduled for Friday. And because that's what we were in the mood for, and we wanted to sit down and just relax as a family when Jason got home from work and just chill. So that's what we did. But the nice thing about this is you know that for all these meals, you have the ingredients at home and you can flip-flop it anytime. Yeah, and then so then you still have that dish available for another night. So you just move it to another night. So you don't have to be a slave to your meal plan, but it is a guideline. It's a structure that you have. Breakfast for dinner. It was amazing, amazing. Yeah, so then you just have a list of, okay, here's our 7 meals. And I always build in leftover night. I build in a blank night where we're just like, what do we want to have for dinner? That was last night. And we had macaroni and cheese and hamburgers. And that wasn't on the menu plan because I had a blank night of just, hey, waffles, yum, of what do we want to do? Yeah, it provides a list of things that you have in your home, and then it gives you a guideline. It just gives you a guideline so that you can work off of that, and then you make it work for you. You don't work for your meal plan, you let it work for you. So, that's a good idea. That's a really cool idea. Yeah, I guess I kind of do that because I do 2 weeks at a time. So I will make sure I have enough meals for 2 weeks, and then I kind of do it, you're on your own. I do those too. Like, Mom's not cooking tonight. Y'all eat whatever you want to eat. If you want to eat cereal for dinner, eat cereal for dinner. It's fine. I'm off. I'm done. So, and I just take it off. You're welcome. Go enjoy your Bible study. Do you? See, I don't. I do not plan around my stores anymore because I found for me, I was becoming too stressed about it. I was just stressing, and then I was going to too many different stores. And so then I felt exhausted afterwards. And so I stopped doing that and just said, okay, that's it. I'm going to build it into my budget of what store I'm going to. I hit 2 stores on a normal basis, but they're right next to each other. I go to Walmart and I go to Aldi. And then if it's something we need just real quick, like we need milk the other day and something else, we just run to the grocery store that's close to us. But I don't shop there on a normal basis because their prices are higher. So, I stopped because it was just stressing me out and it was causing me to do more than what I needed to at the time. Yeah, and then I wasn't excited about it. I'm like, I don't want to do this. And then I wouldn't. And then the next day would come and I'm like, I don't want to do it again. And then what happened? And then we were eating boxed meals. And yeah, I will do the same thing. Oh, you do? Good, good. Chicken fajitas. Amy was making chicken fajitas tonight. It looks so good. I love Mexican food, so I will have Mexican any day, morning, noon, or night. As a matter of fact, Brie, yeah, Brie and Jane said, has a tamale menu, and I'm like, I want to learn how to make it. They're very time intensive, but I'm like, so one of my goals this year, I even put it down my goals. One of my goals this year is to learn how to make tamales. Homemade tamales. It's on my goal list, you guys. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's on my goal list. Pinterest is a great place to get recipes. I created a board called Tried and True, and you have to be following me on Pinterest, but if you do, I can invite you. I have a few people that are out there that I haven't invited yet, and I'm sorry, I'm getting to it. But a lot of us, I think there's 40 or 50 of us on there now, and you can contribute recipes that you've used before, that you do have a from scratch, and that you can pull from, that we know that that your people liked because you cooked it for them. So you can look me up. I think it's under Erica Oding or my name, Chaotic Blessing. I always forget. Yeah, you can. Hang on. Let me just look it up on my iPad. We'll stop broadcasting. So, as a matter of fact, I added those pancakes tonight. My friend Mackenzie and Stacey both told me, you need to try these. I do too. We were talking about my chicken and broccoli rice casserole. They're like, well, how do you make it? And I'm like, I don't know. I just make it. I don't have a recipe anymore. I just throw stuff together and it always tastes good. So I need to start writing some of those down because, okay, it's Chaotic Blessing with no G and it's one word and it's Erica Oding. So that's what it is, right? Can you guys see that? Yeah, it's hard for me because I don't measure. So on things like that, I'm not measuring. I'm just like, oh, we throw this in, a couple cans of this. I used flour, but you can, you're welcome. You can substitute it for almond flour. You just have to do that substitution conversion, and then I think you have to use quite a bit of almond flour. You can use any type of flour you want. You just have to do the correct conversion. So, hello. Okay, back on. Hey, Tracy. Oh, really? You have a professional chef as a husband? Oh, awesome. All right, so we're going to be wrapping up because Mom Hump's going to start at 9. So, for those of you who missed the beginning, we talked about planning obstacles, and I'll go over them one more time. And then I'm believing to start getting back on my normal scope schedule and see you guys on a daily basis. So, 1, you're being too strict on yourself. There goes my iPad. Too strict on yourself with your planning and sticking to it like it's a drill sergeant. I bet he doesn't because he's so tired of cooking because he does it for a job. Crowding the day or over planning, trying to put too much into your day that there's no physical way possible that it could all get done. Throwing your entire plan in the trash and saying the heck with it because that's an obstacle. Or going, my morning went to poop and so I'm not going to do anything the rest of the day. Trying to fit yourself into a certain planning or planning style that's not working for you. And then number 5 is saying yes to too much. So that's what we talked about tonight. All right, so we talked, you guys said procrastinating is a topic you want to talk about. Oh, you're welcome. Freezer meals. What else? Remind me, what else did we talk about? Freezer meals, procrastinating. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think I was talking about your Dory earlier. Did you show me? I think I was, Jenny. You're welcome. Yeah, and so I need to do a giveaway because I have another one of these with it, just a different, the first one that we made live on that night to give away. And I'm going to give it away because I don't have a use for it. So I'm not going to keep it. So be looking for that sometime soon. So I'm going to be doing that giveaway sometime soon, and the shop will be doing some giveaways. Oh, you did? You know what? Somebody else said that Periscope was doing that to them too. Well, okay, so then it wasn't yours. I want to see yours, Jenny. I've seen a couple, I think 4 or 5 now, of ones that people made. So I think it's just so cool. Very, very excited. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a long scope, but it was really hard. It was a hard scope to try to condense down into a certain amount of time and actually show you step by step how to do it. So I knew it was going to be long, and we just kind of had to say, suck it up and just go with it. So, but it was a long scope. So I'm sorry, but I wanted to make sure you guys saw it, like each step. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I saw something else too. They actually did a plastic spine, and I want to look into that. So we might have some additions to that scope that we might need to do. So I want to look and see how they really did it. I understood the concept. I want to make sure I have the materials straight in my head before I make it on my own, because it was a really cool concept. A really cool concept. So, and then I'm going to ask that person for permission. Like, can I show this? I'm not on YouTube. I'm not. Periscope, that's it. But I'm on Catch. So you can go find me on Catch. And it's just my Periscope name. Catch.me/chaotic_blessing. So you can find it. All right. So that will be that. Mom Hop is going to start soon. If you guys have any suggestions or anything you guys want me to talk about in Planning 101, send them to me. Tweet me, send it on Instagram, send me an email. I'm up for some suggestions. I want to make sure this is meeting your need and making sure that it's something that you're still blessed with. So, I can't believe it's Wednesday. I was struggling all day today thinking it was Tuesday, going, oh, it's only Tuesday. Yay. Until I looked at my planner and I'm like, what? It's Wednesday? It's because the kids were out of school. All right. I will see you guys later. You guys have a great night. If you're part of Mommy Scopes, or if you're not, come and watch. Tonight is Newbies to Periscopes. That'll be awesome to watch. You kept thinking it was Thursday? Oh gosh, don't let it be Thursday yet. You're welcome. It has flown by. It's because Monday was a holiday. So it messed us all up. And now we might have a snow day, and it's going to completely mess me up again. But oh well, we'll keep working on it and moving forward. Maybe we'll have a craft day tomorrow if it's a snow day. That would be fun. So, all right, you guys, good night and God bless. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.